Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, where I help you improve your English listening skills at the A1 level. If you're just starting to learn English or want to practice understanding simple conversations, this channel is perfect for you. I upload listening exercises, daily conversations, and helpful lessons to make learning English easy and fun. So, if you want to improve your English step by step, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. Thank you for your support, and let's learn English together. Title: The Mystery of the Golden Key. Chapter 1, The Strange Letter. One sunny morning, a young boy named Tom found a letter in his mailbox. The letter was old and had a golden seal. Tom opened it carefully. Inside, there was a map and a small golden key. The map showed a path through the forest near his house. Tom was curious. He decided to follow the map. Chapter 2, The Forest Adventure. Tom packed a small bag with some food and water. He walked into the forest. The trees were tall and the path was narrow. He followed the map step by step. After walking for an hour, he found a big oak tree with a small door at its base. The door had a keyhole. Tom took out the golden key and tried it. The door opened. Chapter 3, The Hidden Room. Inside the tree, there was a small room. The room was filled with old books and strange objects. In the center of the room, there was a table with a box on it. The box was locked. Tom looked around and found another key hidden under a book. He used this key to open the box. Inside, there was a letter and a small, shiny stone. Chapter 4, The Letter's Secret. The letter was from a man named Mr. Smith. He wrote that the stone was magical and could grant one wish. But there was a warning. The wish had to be selfless, or it would bring bad luck. Tom thought carefully. He wanted to help his sick friend, Lily. He wished for her to get better. Chapter 5, The Wish Comes True. Tom went back home and told Lily about the stone. The next day, Lily felt much better. She was happy and thanked Tom. Tom realized that the stone's magic worked because his wish was selfless. He decided to keep the stone safe and use it only for good. Chapter 6, The Return to the Forest. A few weeks later, Tom went back to the forest. He wanted to see if there were more secrets in the hidden room. When he arrived, he found another letter. This time, it was from Mr. Smith's son. He thanked Tom for using the stone wisely and invited him to explore more mysteries. Chapter 7, The New Adventure. Tom felt excited. He knew there were more adventures waiting for him. He decided to continue exploring and helping others. The golden key had opened not just a door, but a world of possibilities. Explanation of advanced words, asterisk. 1. Curious asterisk, wanting to know or learn something. Tom was curious about the letter and the map. 2. Selfless asterisk, caring more about others than yourself. Tom's wish was selfless because he wanted to help his friend. 3. Magical asterisk, having special powers that can do amazing things. The stone was magical because it could grant wishes. 4. Possibilities asterisk, things that might happen or be true. The golden key opened a world of possibilities for Tom. Chapter 8, The Second Map. Tom opened the new letter from Mr. Smith's son. Inside, there was another map. This one was different. It led to a cave near the river. Tom felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He had never been to the cave before. He packed his bag again, this time adding a flashlight and a rope, just in case. Chapter 9, The River Cave. The path to the cave was steep and rocky. Tom walked carefully, following the map. When he reached the cave, he saw that the entrance was hidden behind some bushes. He pushed them aside and stepped inside. The cave was dark and damp, but his flashlight helped him see. The map showed a path deeper into the cave. Chapter 10, The Puzzle. After walking for a while, Tom reached a large room. In the center of the room, there was a stone table with a puzzle on it. The puzzle had pieces that looked like stars and moons. Tom remembered a book he had seen in the hidden room under the oak tree. It had a similar puzzle. He tried to match the pieces the way he remembered. After a few tries, the puzzle clicked into place. Chapter 11, The Treasure. As soon as the puzzle was solved, a hidden door in the cave wall opened. Inside, there was a small chest. Tom opened it and found a note and a strange, glowing crystal. The note said, This crystal will light your way in the darkest times. Use it wisely. Tom took the crystal and felt its warmth. He knew it was another magical item. Chapter 12. The Storm. On his way back home, a sudden storm hit. The rain was heavy, and the wind was strong. Tom couldn't see the path clearly. He remembered the glowing crystal and took it out. The crystal lit up, showing him the way through the storm. Tom felt grateful for the crystal's light. Chapter 13. Helping a stranger. As Tom walked, he heard a cry for help. He followed the sound and found an old man who had slipped and hurt his leg. Tom used his rope to make a sling and helped the man walk. The crystal's light guided them both safely out of the forest. The old man thanked Tom and said, "You have a kind heart." Chapter 14. The Reward. The next day, the old man came to Tom's house. He introduced himself as Mr. Brown, a friend of Mr. Smith. He said, "You have proven yourself brave and kind. I want to give you something." He handed Tom a small, ancient book. The book was filled with stories of magical places and hidden treasures. Tom was thrilled. Chapter 15. The Next Journey. Tom spent the next few days reading the book. It mentioned a place called the Island of Whispers, where another magical item was hidden. Tom decided this would be his next adventure. He packed his bag again, this time with the book, the crystal, and the golden key. Chapter 16. The Island of Whispers. Tom traveled to the island by boat. The island was small but mysterious. The book said the item was hidden in a temple at the top of a hill. Tom climbed the hill and found the temple. Inside, there was a statue holding a glowing orb. The orb was the next magical item. Chapter 17. The Test. Before Tom could take the orb, a voice spoke. "To take this orb, you must answer a question. What is the greatest power in the world?" Tom thought for a moment. He remembered helping the old man and making Lily feel better. He said, "The greatest power is kindness." The voice said, "You are correct," and the orb glowed brighter. Chapter 18. The Return Home. Tom returned home with the orb. He placed it next to the crystal and the golden key. He knew these items were not just for him but for helping others. He decided to write his own story about his adventures, so others could learn about kindness and bravery. Explanation of advanced words, asterisk. 1. Damp asterisk, slightly wet. The cave was damp because water dripped from the walls. 2. Puzzle asterisk, a game or problem that tests your mind. Tom solved the puzzle by matching the pieces. 3. Crystal asterisk, a clear, shiny mineral. The glowing crystal helped Tom see in the dark. 4. Ancient asterisk, very old. The book Mr. Brown gave Tom was ancient and full of old stories. 5. Orb asterisk, a round object, like a ball. The glowing orb was a magical item in the temple. Chapter 19. The Mysterious Visitor. One evening, as Tom was writing his adventure story, there was a knock at the door. He opened it to find a woman dressed in a long, dark cloak. She introduced herself as Ms. Gray, a traveler who had heard about Tom's adventures. "I have a clue for you," she said, handing him a small, folded piece of parchment. "This will lead you to something extraordinary." Chapter 20. The Clue. Tom unfolded the parchment. It was a riddle written in elegant handwriting. Asterisk, where the water falls and the earth sings, a treasure lies beneath golden rings. Seek the place where shadows play, at the break of the brightest day. Asterisk. Tom read the riddle several times. He knew it was another challenge, but he was determined to solve it. Chapter 21. The Waterfall. The next morning, Tom set out to find the place described in the riddle. He thought about the first line, asterisk, where the water falls. Asterisk, he remembered a waterfall near the edge of the forest. He packed his bag with the golden key, the glowing crystal, and the orb, just in case. When he reached the waterfall, he noticed something unusual. Behind the falling water, there was a small opening. Tom carefully climbed behind the waterfall and found a hidden passage. Chapter 22. The Golden Rings. Inside the passage, the walls were lined with strange symbols. At the end of the passage, there was a door with 5 golden rings embedded in it. Each ring had a symbol that matched the ones on the walls. Tom realized he had to turn the rings to the correct positions to open the door. He studied the symbols carefully. They reminded him of the stars and moons from the puzzle in the cave. Using what he had learned, he turned the rings one by one. When the last ring clicked into place, the door slowly opened. Chapter 23, The Earth's Song. Beyond the door was a large, circular room. In the center of the room was a pedestal with a small, glowing object. As Tom approached, he heard a soft, melodic sound, like the earth itself was singing. The sound seemed to come from the glowing object. Tom picked it up. It was a small, smooth stone with strange markings. The moment he touched it, the singing grew louder, and he felt a warm, comforting energy. Chapter 24, The Shadow's Secret. Tom remembered the riddle, seek the place where shadows play, at the break of the brightest day. He looked around the room and noticed that the sunlight streaming through a crack in the ceiling created shadows on the walls. The shadows formed shapes that matched the symbols on the stone. He held the stone up to the light, and the shadows revealed a hidden message, the greatest treasure is the journey itself. Chapter 25, The Return of Ms. Gray. As Tom left the waterfall, he saw Ms. Gray waiting for him. She smiled and said, "You have done well, Tom. The stone you found is called the Earth's Song. It is said to bring peace and harmony to those who carry it. But remember, the true treasure is not the object, but the lessons you learn along the way." Tom nodded. He understood now that every adventure had taught him something important, about kindness, bravery, and the value of helping others. Chapter 26, A New Beginning. Tom returned home and placed the Earth's Song next to his other treasures. He felt proud of what he had accomplished, but he also knew his adventures were far from over. There were still many mysteries to solve and people to help. He opened his notebook and began writing about his latest journey. He wanted to share his story with others, so they too could learn the importance of curiosity, courage, and compassion. Explanation of advanced words, 1. Riddle a tricky question or puzzle that needs to be solved. Tom solved the riddle to find the hidden treasure. 2. Pedestal a base or stand for something important. The glowing object was placed on a pedestal in the center of the room. 3. Melodic having a pleasant, musical sound. The Earth's Song made a melodic sound that filled the room. 4. Harmony a state of peace and balance. The Earth's Song was said to bring harmony to those who carried it. 5. Compassion caring about others and wanting to help them. Tom's adventures taught him the value of compassion. Chapter 27, The Unexpected Dream. One night, Tom had a strange dream. He was standing in a vast, starry field, and a voice whispered, "The final treasure lies where the sky meets the sea. Follow the path of the silver moonbeam." When Tom woke up, he wrote down the words. He knew it was another clue, but this one felt different, more mysterious and important. Chapter 28, The Silver Moonbeam. Tom studied the clue. He thought about where the sky meets the sea. It had to be the horizon, where the ocean and the sky seemed to touch. He decided to travel to the coast. He packed his bag with his magical items, the golden key, the glowing crystal, the orb, and the Earth's Song. He also took the ancient book Mr. Brown had given him, hoping it might help. Chapter 29, The Coastal Village. After a long journey, Tom arrived at a small coastal village. The villagers were friendly and told him about a legend of a treasure hidden where the silver moonbeam touches the water. They said it only happens once a year, during the full moon. Tom checked the calendar and realized the full moon was just 2 days away. Chapter 30, The Moonlit Beach. On the night of the full moon, Tom went to the beach. The moon was bright, and its light reflected on the water like a silver path. Tom followed the moonbeam as it stretched across the ocean. He walked along the shore until he reached a rocky cliff. At the base of the cliff, he saw a small cave. Chapter 31, The Cave of Reflections. Inside the cave, the walls were covered in shiny, mirror-like crystals. The moonlight reflected off the crystals, creating a dazzling display of light. In the center of the cave, there was a pool of water. Floating on the water was a small, silver boat. Tom stepped into the boat, and it began to move on its own. Chapter 32, The Island of Light. The boat carried Tom to a hidden island in the middle of the ocean. The island was bathed in moonlight, and everything seemed to glow. In the center of the island, there was a tall tower made of glass. Tom climbed the tower and found a room at the top. Inside the room, there was a pedestal with a silver key. Chapter 33, The Final Treasure. Tom picked up the silver key. As soon as he touched it, the room filled with light, and a voice said, "You have proven yourself worthy. This key unlocks the greatest treasure of all, the power to bring light to the darkest places." Tom realized the key was not just for opening doors but for spreading hope and kindness wherever he went. Chapter 34, The Return Home. Tom returned to the village and thanked the villagers for their help. He traveled back home, carrying the silver key with him. When he arrived, he placed it next to his other treasures. He felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing he had completed his greatest adventure yet. Chapter 35, Sharing the Light. Tom decided to use the silver key's power to help others. He visited schools and told children about his adventures, encouraging them to be curious, brave, and kind. He also used the key to bring light to dark places, like helping to rebuild a library that had burned down. Chapter 36, A New Adventure. One day, Tom received another letter. This one was from a young girl named Emma, who lived in a faraway town. She wrote, "I heard about your adventures, and I need your help. There's a mystery in my town that no one can solve." Tom smiled. He knew his adventures were far from over. Explanation of advanced words, asterisk. 1. Horizon asterisk, the line where the sky seems to meet the earth or sea. Tom followed the horizon to find the final treasure. 2. Dazzling asterisk, extremely bright or impressive. The reflections in the cave were dazzling. 3. Fulfillment asterisk, a feeling of happiness and satisfaction. Tom felt fulfillment after completing his adventure. 4. Rebuild asterisk, to build something again after it has been damaged. Tom helped rebuild a library. 5. Mystery asterisk, something that is difficult to understand or explain. Emma's town had a mystery that needed solving. Valley of Echoes. Chapter 37, The Letter from Emma. Tom read Emma's letter carefully. She described a strange light that appeared every night in the forest near her town. The villagers were afraid, and no one dared to investigate. Emma believed Tom could solve the mystery. Tom packed his bag, including the silver key, the glowing crystal, and the Earth's song, and set off for Emma's town. Chapter 38, The Strange Light. When Tom arrived in the town, Emma greeted him warmly. She took him to the edge of the forest where the light appeared. As night fell, a soft, blue glow began to shine among the trees. Tom felt a mix of curiosity and caution. He decided to enter the forest and find the source of the light. Chapter 39, The Forest of Whispers. The forest was quiet, except for the sound of leaves rustling in the wind. As Tom walked deeper, he noticed that the trees seemed to whisper. The whispers grew louder, but he couldn't understand what they were saying. He held the glowing crystal in his hand, and its light helped him stay calm. Chapter 40, The Glowing Pond. After walking for a while, Tom reached a small clearing. In the center of the clearing was a pond, and the water was glowing with the same blue light he had seen from the edge of the forest. Tom knelt by the pond and saw that the light was coming from something at the bottom. He reached into the water and pulled out a small, glowing bottle. Chapter 41, The Message in the Bottle. Tom opened the bottle and found a rolled-up piece of paper inside. It was a message written in elegant handwriting. Asterisk, to the one who finds this. The light is a gift, not a curse. It is meant to guide those who are lost. Use it wisely, and it will bring peace. Asterisk. Tom realized the light was not something to fear but something to help others. He decided to take the glowing bottle back to the village. Chapter 42, The Village Meeting. Tom and Emma called a meeting with the villagers. Tom showed them the glowing bottle and read the message aloud. The villagers were amazed. They realized the light was not dangerous but a guide for travelers who might get lost in the forest. They decided to place the bottle in a safe spot at the edge of the forest, where its light could help anyone in need. Chapter 43, The Grateful Village. The villagers thanked Tom for solving the mystery. They held a small celebration in his honor, with music, food, and dancing. Emma smiled and said, "You've brought peace to our town. Thank you, Tom." Tom felt happy knowing he had helped another community. Chapter 44, The Next Clue. As Tom prepared to leave, Emma handed him a small, wooden box. "I found this in my grandmother's attic," she said. "I think it's meant for you." Tom opened the box and found a compass with a strange symbol on it. The needle didn't point north but instead spun slowly, as if searching for something. Chapter 45, The Compass's Secret. Tom studied the compass carefully. The symbol on it matched one he had seen in the ancient book Mr. Brown had given him. The book mentioned a place called the Valley of Echoes, where a powerful artifact was hidden. Tom knew this was his next adventure. Chapter 46, The Journey to the Valley. Tom set off for the Valley of Echoes, following the compass. The journey was long and challenging, but Tom's determination kept him going. When he finally reached the valley, he was amazed by its beauty. The walls of the valley were steep, and every sound echoed softly. Chapter 47, The Echoing Cave. The compass led Tom to a cave in the valley. Inside the cave, the echoes were so strong that even his footsteps sounded like thunder. At the back of the cave, there was a stone altar with a small, golden bell. Tom picked up the bell and gently rang it. The sound echoed through the cave, and the walls began to glow. Chapter 48, The Bell's Power. The glowing walls revealed ancient writings. Tom read them and learned that the bell had the power to calm storms and bring peace to troubled hearts. He realized this was another gift meant to help others. He decided to take the bell with him and use it wisely. Chapter 49, The Return to Emma's Town. Tom returned to Emma's town and told her about the bell. She smiled and said, "You've found another treasure to help people." "You're amazing, Tom." Tom felt proud but also humble. He knew his adventures were about more than finding treasures, they were about making the world a better place. Chapter 50, A Never-Ending Journey. As Tom prepared for his next adventure, he looked at his collection of treasures: the golden key, the glowing crystal, the orb, the earth's song, the silver key, the glowing bottle, and the golden bell. Each one had a special purpose, and each one had taught him something important. Tom knew his journey would never truly end. There would always be more mysteries to solve, more people to help, and more lessons to learn. And he was ready for whatever came next. Explanation of advanced words, asterisk. 1. Caution asterisk, being careful to avoid danger. Tom felt caution as he entered the glowing forest. 2. Artifact asterisk, an object made by humans, often of historical or cultural importance. The golden bell was an ancient artifact. 3. Echo asterisk, a sound that repeats because it bounces off a surface. The Valley of Echoes was filled with echoing sounds. 4. Humble asterisk, not thinking you are better than others. Tom felt humble despite his many achievements. 5. Determination asterisk, the quality of being committed to a goal. Tom's determination helped him reach the Valley of Echoes. Chapter 51, The Map of Shadows. One morning, as Tom was organizing his treasures, he found a small, folded map tucked inside the ancient book. The map was old and delicate, with intricate drawings of mountains, rivers, and forests. At the top, it read, asterisk, the map of shadows, follow the path where light and darkness meet. Asterisk. Tom's heart raced. This was another clue, and it felt even more mysterious than the others. Chapter 52, The Journey Begins. Tom packed his bag with his magical items and set off to follow the map of shadows. The first landmark on the map was a mountain range called the Peaks of Twilight. According to the map, the path began where the sun set behind the tallest peak. Tom traveled for days, crossing rivers and valleys, until he finally reached the foot of the mountains. Chapter 53, The Peaks of Twilight. As the sun began to set, Tom watched as the shadow of the tallest peak stretched across the land. The shadow pointed directly to a narrow path leading into the mountains. Tom followed the path, which twisted and turned through rocky terrain. The air grew colder, and the sky darkened. Chapter 54, The Cave of Two Worlds. At the end of the path, Tom found a cave with two entrances. One entrance was bathed in moonlight, while the other was shrouded in darkness. The map of shadows had a note, asterisk, choose the path where light and darkness meet. Asterisk. Tom realized he had to walk between the two entrances. As he did, the ground beneath him began to glow, and a hidden door appeared. Chapter 55, The Chamber of Balance. Tom stepped through the door and found himself in a large chamber. The room was divided into two halves. One side was bright and warm, while the other was dark and cool. In the center of the room, there was a scale with two bowls. One bowl held a glowing stone, and the other was empty. A voice echoed in the chamber, *2. Proceed, you must bring balance. Chapter 56, The Test of Balance. Tom thought carefully. He remembered the Earth song and the glowing crystal, both of which represented light. He also remembered the silver key, which had brought light to dark places. He placed the Earth song in the empty bowl. The scale tipped slightly but didn't balance. Then he added the glowing crystal. The scale balanced perfectly, and the voice said, you have understood the lesson of balance. Chapter 57, The Bridge of Shadows. A bridge appeared, connecting the two halves of the chamber. Tom crossed the bridge and found a door on the other side. The door had no handle, but it opened when Tom touched it. Inside, there was a small room with a pedestal. On the pedestal was a mirror with a frame made of silver and shadow. Chapter 58, The Mirror of Truth. Tom picked up the mirror. As he looked into it, he saw not his reflection but scenes from his past adventures, helping Lily, guiding the old man, solving the riddle of the waterfall, and calming the village's fears. The mirror showed him that his greatest strength was his ability to bring light and hope to others. Chapter 59, The Final Message. The mirror began to glow, and words appeared on its surface, the greatest treasure is not what you find, but what you become along the way. Tom felt a deep sense of peace. He realized that every adventure had shaped him into someone who could make a difference in the world. Chapter 60, The Return Home. Tom left the chamber and began his journey back home. As he traveled, he thought about all he had learned. He knew he would continue to help others and explore new mysteries, but he also knew that the real treasure was the person he had become, a kind, brave, and selfless adventurer. Chapter 61, A New Beginning. When Tom returned home, he placed the mirror of truth next to his other treasures. He opened his notebook and began writing about his latest adventure. He wanted to share his story with the world, so others could learn the importance of balance, kindness, and courage. Chapter 62, The Call to Adventure. One evening, as Tom was finishing his story, there was a knock at the door. He opened it to find a group of children from a nearby village. They said, "We heard about your adventures, and we need your help. There's a mystery in our village that no one can solve." Tom smiled. He knew his journey was far from over. Explanation of advanced words, *. 1. Intricate *, very detailed or complicated. The map of shadows had intricate drawings. 2. Terrain *, the physical features of a piece of land. The rocky terrain made the journey challenging. 3. Balance *, a state where things are equal or in the correct proportions. Tom brought balance to the scale in the chamber. 4. Reflection *, an image seen in a mirror or shiny surface. The mirror of truth showed Tom scenes from his past. 5. Selfless *, caring more about others than yourself. Tom's selfless actions made him a true hero. For more interesting videos, subscribe my channel and stay with me and learn English and make strong your listening practice. Goodbye my dear friends.